It was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn one. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Sainz, Norris, Ricciardo and Lance Stroll, Perez, Gasly, Esteban Ocon and Raikkonen, Oldtimer, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean and Antonio Giovinazzi, Russell, Schumacher, Kvyat, they've taken a grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going. Good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature. That's a good start. Keep it up. is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. Accumulating some wear on the MGU-K. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode. To teammate behind is 4.0 seconds. Reaching a danger point with the wear on the MGU-H. Overheating the engine will exacerbate the issue, so keep the temps under control. Gap to car in front is 1.6 seconds. You're doing well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes. Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button more. Gap ahead is 1.5 seconds. don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a while longer. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now. Some information on Stroll. They seem to have an issue. Front is 1.8 seconds. It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet. Tyre situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. The gap to the car ahead is 2.7 seconds. To teammate behind is 6.2 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. You've lost some time to the car behind. To car in front is 6.4 seconds. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Old Timer. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern day Formula One.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you? Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today? It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? Great. Well, that's everything.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment.
What do you think of this one?